Next on Great Performances.
How do I love thee?
Let me count the ways.
I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach.
When feeling out of sight to the ends of being and ideal grace.
I love thee to the level of every day's most quiet need, by sun and candlelight.
I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life.
And if God chooses, I shall love thee better after death.
Is there any subject on earth more inspiring than love? Innocent, romantic, intoxicating love.
Well, yes, there is. Forbidden love, unrequited love, tragic love.
From Symphony Center in Chicago, Lynn Redgrave and Timothy Dalton host an unforgettable evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts, Lynn Redgrave and Timothy Dalton.
For all the love songs and stories, the poems and paintings, it's true that the heartbreaking tales of ill-fated love that really get to us.
Yes, and that's what inspired the concert we're about to bring you. The music of star-crossed lovers, performed by Renee Fleming, Placido Domingo, and the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Daniel Barenboim.
We begin with the prologue to Leonard Bernstein's Broadway classic, West Side Story. He loves me not. He loves me not.
This innocent game has been played throughout the ages, and it appears in one of the 19th century's greatest works of literature, Goethe's Faust. What are you doing?
It's just a game.
What game?
You laugh at me. Go away. He loves me not. He loves me.
Yes, child. God's will speaks to us through this humble flower. I love you. Do you understand? Love you.
Words like that would melt any woman's heart. But Faust is a rogue. He's done a deal with the devil himself. These sweet words are just there to seduce the innocent Marguerite. So here is their passionate love duet from Charles Gounod's opera based on the Faust legend. Renee Fleming is Marguerite. Placido Domingo is Faust.
Passion sweeps us away. But passionate love contains within it the darker obsessions, jealousy and rage. In Shakespeare's great tragedy, Othello loves his wife, Desdemona, but it takes only a few whispered lies from the treacherous Iago to poison that love. And Desdemona becomes the innocent victim of Othello's jealousy.
Alas, what ignorant sin have I committed?
What committed? Committed? Oh, thou public commoner. I should make very forges of my cheeks that would to cinders burn up modesty, did I but speak thy deeds. What committed? Impudent strumpet.
Poor Desdemona. She will soon die at the hands of her jealous husband. Such a tragic ending for a marriage that began so happily.
But in the love duet from Giuseppe Verdi's opera based on Shakespeare's play, Othello and Desdemona remember their courtship and cherish their love. Here are Renee Fleming, Placido Domingo, and the Chicago Symphony Orchestra led by Daniel Barenboim.
You do love me, don't you?
Want it in writing? Goodbye, kid. It's only for a couple of days, and then...
Goodbye, dear.
If you're looking for passion and romance, you'll find plenty in the the movies and music of the early 20th century. The golden age of Hollywood and the heyday of songwriters like George and Ida Gershwin, Cole Porter, Irving Berlin, and that great jazz band leader, Duke Ellington, was also a songwriter of romantic classics. Here's Renee Fleming, with Daniel Barenboim at the piano, to sing one of Ellington's best in a sentimental mood. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Well, the original star-crossed lovers are, of course, Romeo and Juliet, and no matter how much the world changes, their heartbreaking story never seems outdated.
Over 100 years ago, Tchaikovsky read Shakespeare's play and knew that he was predestined to set it to music. He wrote a grand symphonic poem that contains all the elements of the play. The rival factions fighting in the streets, the lovers' first kiss, their fevered adolescent desires, and finally, their tragic death.
For never was a story of more woe than this, of Juliet and her Romeo.
Daniel Barenboim conducts the magnificent Chicago Symphony Orchestra in Tchaikovsky's Romeo and Juliet. Star-crossed lovers, however tragic, their passions and their pains have inspired such great music.
And while their stories all have a tragic ending, ours has a happy one. Happy because we have another chance to listen to our wonderful singers and this fabulous orchestra.
Here's Placido Domingo to sing one of his favorite romantic arias, From the Land of Smiles, by Franz Lehár.
Some say love's a little boy, and some say it's a bird. Some say it makes the world go round, and some say that's absurd.
And when I asked the man next door, who looked as if he knew, his wife got very cross indeed and said it wouldn't do.
Does it look like a pair of pajamas or a ham in a temperance hotel?
Does its odor remind you of llama, or has it a comforting smell? Is it prickly to touch, as a hedge is?
Or soft as eiderdown fluff?
Is it sharp or quite smooth at the edges?
Oh, tell me the truth about love.
I'm Timothy Dalton.
And I'm Lynn Redgrave. Thank you for joining us. We leave you now with the blissful love duet from The Merry Widow. Once again, Renee Fleming, Placido Domingo, Daniel Barenboim, and the Chicago Symphony Orchestra.